People think it's about spending more time outside. And like it is, but it's not at the same time. Where it's more about staying connected or reconnecting. Cuz like you could be connected to the planet sitting on your couch. Because even if you're sitting on your couch, you're inside a house that is made out of materials of Mother Earth. So, like, wood comes from these things, trees. Um, and it's like, we're always inside Mother Earth. Like, even if you're inside your apartment, you're still inside the earth. It's a connected thing. So, like, maybe because I have a shamanistic perspective, right? So I look at it kind of shamanically, but, like, it's almost like, well, it's more about the connection and feeling it and just being in it instead of just being outside. Because there's many people that, like, a lot of, like, let's say people who work outside, right? So people who are outside 8 hours a day, right? Some of them work outside and spend more time outside than a lot of us. But yet, how many of them just sit up for a second to stare at the trees or to hear the birds or to feel the wind hit your face and, hit your skin? To smell that sweet, almost just beautiful smell. To feel the sun just hit your face. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but it's a connected thing. So, like, when I go for a hike, I'm not just going because I need the exercise. I'm going because I love being outside. It's this connected feeling. Like, I don't know if you guys have ever taken mushrooms, but like, even if you take some mushrooms, you know that love feeling you get when you take mushrooms that, like, almost kind of feels like a hug, but, like, whatever. I get that feeling just being out here. Just being. And, like, yeah, maybe I'm a little high right now, but, like, I think that's also fine. Like, taking the plants, because me, like I said, I'm shamanically type of guy, so, like, I like to take the plants and come outside in, nature. So, like, I like to take some motherwort that I, like, picked down here, made some brew with it, drank a little bit, and then come down here. Like, I don't know. It's just this thing where I have this shamanic perspective, but you don't have to have a shamanic perspective. You just have to, or you don't have to, but, I just think that it's about being connected, not just being outside, not just going on a hike, not just going camping or whatever. Spending time with the trees, spending time with the sun, not just spending time in the sun. Like, I don't know. There's something so much deeper going on that we don't realize. And it's like the animals, the plants, they're all connected. And that's what I'm talking about. What I mean by being connected. That it's not just about being outside. It's about reconnecting to what we actually are. Like, we're so disconnected, and that's why we don't see what we're doing to the planet. We don't see what we're doing to each other. We don't see what we're doing in general because we're so, like, we're living unconsciously. So to reconnect, we have to regain our consciousness. We have to realize that the consciousness is disconnected from what is actually going on. And if it reconnects, it'll feel what's going on. And not in, like, not in the same, like, it's a different idea of feelings. Like, we have this idea of feelings as in somebody said something mean, oh, that makes me sad, or something happened, my mom died, oh, that's sad, or my dad died, that's sad, or, a friend died, like, that's sad, like, or I win the lottery and that's happy, whatever, like, we have that idea of feelings, but we're disconnected from some other feelings that are, I don't know how to explain it, like, it's not like we have different, 20 senses, it's just that we're disconnected from certain feelings that we just kind of haven't felt. Like, so many people haven't felt in a while. Like, so many people, the last time they felt this feeling is, well, either when they was on mushrooms or when they were a kid. But, like, you can feel that feeling every day. Like, you can open your window and put the fan in the window, be sitting on your... Oh, shit. You could put the fan in your window and be sitting on your couch, and you can have the smell of the fresh air hit you for the first time because maybe you had the window closed all day, and then you put the fan in the window and you smell that. Like, you can be connected, like, just by sitting there on your couch, and then you get hit with the smell of the fresh air for the first time, and you're just like, this comforted, beautiful reminder of who and what you really are, and how we are not just on the planet, we are a part of the planet. We are connected to it in this symbiotic relationship where, I don't know, it's deep. But it gets even deeper if you want to, like, go on to the psychedelic aspect of things, because there's levels to this, or spectrums to this connection. But anyone can connect, because it has nothing to do with psychedelics. Psychedelics might be able to give you a better understanding of the connection of this deeper thing that's going on. But even if you've never done a psychedelic before, you can still go outside and connect, or you could still be inside and connect and start connecting, so then you can be connected. So, like, I don't have to try to connect, I just have to keep doing the practices and keep doing these things, and I'll stay connected. And I can start to feel when I'm starting to get disconnected or whatever, and that's what I mean by there's another set of feelings that we don't understand, where it's like there's the feeling of knowing, like, whether you're connected or not, where it's not about how much time you spend outside, or how much time you spend on the internet or computer, or how much time you spend on technology compared to how much time you spend whatever. Like, no, it's all the thing. Like, right now, I'm outside feeling connected, but using technology to explain to you guys about that connection. Like, which is even more of a deeper connection, me connecting to the other humans across the world, or whatever, or whoever watches this video. But, like, it's this thing where there is a fractal reality we live in. So, like, the things we do in the digital world, trying to connect with each other, trying to connect ideas, trying to connect all these, like, whatever, like, there's this same thing out here where, like, but, like, because you have, the connections you have with the people you meet, the connections with your loved ones, the connections with all this whatever, and connection in general is the main thing. Because it's not just about whether I think that it's not whether about a family has love. I mean, yeah, family needs love, but they need connection as well. And I think that if a household has love but no connection, then everyone's going to be disconnected. Like, it's going to be like, you always love your parents. Like, kids will always love their parents, but that don't mean they'll be connected to their parents. So, like, there's a slight difference here, and I think that as a society, we need to start looking at connection as for everything. work on our connections with our family. Like, it's not just about being able to provide for the family. It's about reconnecting with the family. It's about, because we have this idea of like the old, like they think about like the old families. Like if you say a traditional family, people think about the 1940s or 1950s family, but that family is not real either. When I think about a traditional family, I think about a tribe. I think about how connected a tribe used to be. Like, I think about how connected families were. Because, like, my family dynamic was different growing up as a kid. So, like, my family dynamic, my mom, my grandmother, my great-grandmother, and my uncle, we all lived in the same house together. So, like, the family had this thing. But this is a idea I've had for a while, that, like, it's really about connection and reconnecting with all of that, but also reconnecting with yourself. Like, this is why I talk about getting to know yourself, uh, self-awareness, and trying to figure out who you are. What type of things do you like? What type of things do you don't like? What type of things do you want to do in the day? And then start doing those things in the day. Like, because that's how you reconnect to yourself. You reconnect to yourself by doing the things that you want to do, by figuring out what do you want to do, not on this grand scale of like, what do I want to do for a living, but no, like, what do you want to do today? Like, because figure that out and then just do it, because there's nothing stopping us from doing the things that we want to do. Because if you have an idea, you're like, well, I want to do this today, okay, then go do it. Because if you don't, that even furthers the disconnection from you and your own consciousness, from your consciousness and yourself. Like, you're disconnected if you're living, like a lot of people just living a life they don't want to live, because they're running through life unconscious and disconnected, and they're not aware. So that's what I mean by, there's a feeling that if we remember, we can get back in tune with that feeling of noticing that we're disconnected. So many people will go so far down like the wrong path, and then they'll look back and be like, oh fuck. But they're so far down the wrong path that they're like it's gonna be a lot of work to get back. But that's because they weren't aware of the feeling. Or the problem in our society and whatever is, people lie to themselves. So, like, maybe they were aware of the feeling, of the bad habits that were fucking up their life, of the decisions that they were making that were not putting them in the right place, all these different things. But yeah, I don't know. Just a thought. Hope you guys have an awesome day. I'm just out here connecting.